Hello, Renee Flamont here. Oh, Minnie just turned right towards the camera when I turned it on. Hi, Min. You looking look at you, baby doll. Little monkey face. You guys, this topic is very vital because a lot of times the narcissist will trick us into thinking they're going to be all good from now forward. And we're primed and ready to accept the trick because of the way that they groom us the whole time. I'm going to unpack the whole thing. When the narcissist presents a new front, okay, you go through a bunch of things, you have all the talks, and keep in mind, this isn't just a narcissistic partner. I've had this happen with me with, it could be friend, family, business partner. It doesn't have to just be your narcissistic partner. But they will present a new front after, say, you went through a time of trouble, and they're going to show you that they're going to be better. Ooh, things are turning around. He or she is changing. Oh my. Yeah, okay. They're garnering your support so they can draw on that when they need to make a withdrawal from you. Right? A narcissist can't keep you negatively thinking about them. So they're going to come around the other corner and be so good to you to bring you out of the place where you're thinking bad about them. Right? That's what they're going to do. And I caution you with this because oftentimes when the narcissist does something good, they want it, we know this, they want it revered, stored in your memory, lauded, applauded. It's a big deal. They want the credit. They want the credit out loud. They want you telling other people. It's a huge deal. Yet they're shameful of their behavior. They're not guilty, but they're shameful of their bad behavior, and they would never want you telling anyone that. They do feel shame. They just don't feel guilt. So they don't want anyone. They have this grandiose view that they have to keep up in the world. They would never want you to bring that down by telling people the negative things that they did to you, but they certainly want to make a big splash so that you go ahead and tell everybody those things. You know that that's happened, right? When the doing of these good things often leads to someone thinking that the person is a good person again, that's the dangerous spot. You start to forget the bad. You do. You do. You try to use this new good act as evidence that they're changing for the better, or that they finally saw some kind of light. Yeah, they saw the light. Yeah, no. Nope, no way. What they're doing is banking some good acts for when they will need to rely on those. That's what they're doing. Well, I did this. Can't you just, be appreciative that I did that? Can't you just forget about that bad thing? Like, I'm showing you I love you. I'm showing you this good behavior. Not that they use those words, but that's what they're doing. Leave me alone. Stop nagging me. I do all this for you. I do so much for you. Don't I make you feel special? So, all right, I made a mistake. I said I was sorry. The list goes on. You're going to torture me forever? I misstepped. I'm human. Making you feel ridiculous for having a problem with their bad behavior. Worst yet, they don't even admit it. Oh, that's fantastic when that happens. But they will definitely use what they've done that can be considered good to gain them excuses for their bad behavior. Not excuses, but permission, room for their bad behavior. Well, I did all of this, so I did one bad thing. Do not fall for this trick. Do not. This is where cognitive dissonance and trauma bonding comes into play. They will love bomb you, love bomb you, love bomb you, love bomb you, do all these good things, good things, good things, and then they mistreat you on the flip side. So you're left confused. How can you not love someone that did all these phenomenal things for you? You're like, oh my God, they're so good. Look how they are with me. They did a bad thing. Well, they had an off day. Maybe they didn't mean it. Maybe that's not the true them. This has to be the true them. How can this bad be the true them? And it gets you twisted up. Cognitive dissonance is a tough thing. It took me a while to grasp what that was. I looked at a lot of videos, read a lot of things. The bottom line is, one sentence, it refers to the mental conflict that occurs when a person's behaviors and beliefs do not align. So you have somebody acting this way to you. It doesn't seem to be their genuine self to me. Once I saw all of this truth, I don't see them as genuine when they try to do good things anymore. That's what I started to see, and that's what I'm making this video for. I want you to recognize that if someone, this is bad, this is good, it seems to have been, right? If someone is acting bad repeatedly to you, partner or otherwise, they continually treat you bad. There's no way this good side of them can be anything real. Because anyone that felt that real love, real respect, real, they're trying to lay it on thick, anyone that felt that way wouldn't do this. There's a conflict. And you're no longer going to bond me to you because I'm dying to see this again from you. That's where, like the last video I told you, I get advice. They're not pleasable. They're never going to sit you down and say, I'm sorry I behaved this way. Really, I'm so... They'll continue to love bomb you in their own way and do things. Oh, nice to see you. And in a minute, they're going to treat you bad again. Do not fall for this trick, because it's what they count on. They count on you accepting this good again so that they can impose more bad. And you might say, well, why would somebody go through all that effort? A narcissist would. You're an audience for them. They get a rush out of being good to you and watching you swoon, and they get a rush out of being bad to you and watching you accept it and walk through the muck and try to have a 2-hour conversation with them or a fight with them or try to figure it out. They love it. It's all about them. The attention's on them. The narcissists I know, they love when the talk is on them. It could be a fight. They don't care. It's about them as long as it's about them. So a narcissist creates this fight and you sit there crying for 4 hours. They're dying for you to shut up, don't get me wrong. They can't stand that part about it. But my narcissist loved it. He thought it showed him how much I loved him. And the peripheral narcissists in my life, they love it too. Because for the same reason. Well, look how upset she is. I really got her this time. They get a rise out of it. You might say, well, that's sick. Well, no kidding. It's a disorder that they have. They're not right. And I refused, once I learned this, I am not going to be trauma bonded to anyone. I will gladly and happily be bonded to people who are loving to me and respectful. And it doesn't mean you can't have disagreements with people. Of course you can. We're all humans. We're raised in different ways. We have different opinions. But you can discuss things openly and have disagreements without it being that they're mistreating you, they're dishonest, they're smearing you behind your back. All of these behaviors that a narcissist does are extremely hurtful. And when they turn around and try to do the love, the good part, to confuse you, and often they succeed, that's the part that's dangerous. And I don't want you to fall for that trick. It's a trick. It's like sorcery. And they count on it. They know it because you've accepted it before. Your behavior shows them exactly what they need to do, your past behavior, to crawl out of the hole of what they did bad to you. Well, last time this worked. I said these words to her. I showed her love in this way, and she accepted it. She gave me another chance. Well, last time we went through this, I mentioned this, or I did. It's a trick. And you know, oftentimes if someone acts too good, like say they really lay it on thick for a stretch, the bottom line that I worry about for all of us, any of us that have narcissists around us, the danger is that we definitely, it can happen without you realizing it, we can start to convince ourselves that they aren't a narcissist. They were just not shown love. They were abandoned though. Poor thing. And so you begin to say, well, maybe they can change and they're not this narcissist thing. I understand narcissists can't change. Well, look how good he's been all week, all month, all year. I don't care. They can go for stretches of behaving. Maybe they're not this narcissist thing, which I've learned can't change. Maybe they're not that. Maybe they can change. That's the trick. That's it. That's their goal, is to make you doubt yourself, is to make you wonder if in fact they aren't part of this disordered set that aren't pleasable people. We'll never be satisfied. We'll never sit down and say they're sorry to you or recognize they're hurting you or try to make amends truthfully inside. That's the trick. They're making you think that they are. So you try to say, well, you know, I guess I could fix him if he just never has been loved properly, or they've never been loved properly, poor things. They've got you twisted up again. The thing is, regardless of their official diagnosis, because, you know, who knows what somebody's official diagnosis is, I suppose, unless it's patient upon doctor and patient together, I mean, right? But if you know that the person is a toxic person and they display traits of this personality disorder, and you're watching this channel and you're educating yourself, I don't care what their diagnosis is. Are they still being duplicitous? Are they still being conniving? Are they just a plain old jerk? Go by how they're treating you. Forget what you think maybe they are or are not. Because we all don't want them to be narcissists. I know. I went through that. Because narcissists can't change. So then once you accept that, the next thing you want to say is, well, maybe they're not a narcissist. Maybe they can change. Look how good they're being all month. Come on, he wouldn't have done that if he wasn't serious. Or they wouldn't have done that if they didn't mean it. They're doing it to trick you. They're doing it to make you see and think and feel and believe that the good person they are is in there. And some people, and it doesn't matter what they're called or what their diagnosis is. If somebody has mistreated you and you're hanging in there because you think they mistreated you because, oh, poor things, they were abandoned, they were never loved. If I just love them, I'll teach them, and then they'll be good. All that goodness will come out. Ugh. If someone has to be taught as an adult how to treat people, run fast in the other direction. In the opposite direction as fast as you can. I don't care what you call them. I really, really don't. Especially if you're watching this channel and you think you see similarities in your people with all of the things we discuss on this channel, even if they're not an official narcissist, that doesn't mean they can change. That doesn't mean they aren't just a bad person. You might have gotten a bad seed. You might be with someone who is just a bad seed. So I don't care what they're called. If they're mistreating you and telling you that they love you, that's a dichotomy of emotion that should not exist and doesn't exist in healthy people. The healthy relationships that I have, the people that are around me, family, friends, whatever, if one of them treated me badly or hurt my feelings, I guarantee you they wouldn't stand by it. They would say, oh my God, I didn't know that I did that. I'm so sorry. Not a narcissist who won't admit it, will turn the tables. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You're out of your mind. I never said that. Well, that's not what I meant. I didn't say that. I didn't do that. Well, you said this first. Oh, please, can't you just get over it? Oh, you have to talk about everything to the nth degree. You and your talking. They'll say anything to get you off of what they did that was bad, a narcissist or a toxic person. They're not going to sit and say, I'm so sorry, you're right, I shouldn't have done that. That's behavior you can expect from a healthy person. Sure. That's how I hope we would all talk to each other. We non-disordered people, if we did something wrong, don't even ask, I have no idea what's happening up here. But I mean, a narcissist is not going to do that, but they'll make you think that they're changing for the good when they start to lay on thick this good behavior. I don't want you to fall for it. I don't. Just remember, the cognitive dissonance, the trauma bonding, they're bonding you to them. They do these bad things, and they do these wonderful things. So you're stuck in there, bonded to them, because you're waiting. Even though you're being traumatized every other day, you're waiting because you're bonded to the good side of them, and you're waiting for that to come out. So you stick around. It's a hard break. I've had to break from more than one person because I finally realized they are just out to hurt me because I'm accepting it. And I watch those people, they might not do it to somebody else. Somebody else might not be tolerant of their behavior. Guess who was? I was. So I'm the person they're trying to pick a fight with. I'm the person they keep mistreating. I'm the person that... And I stuck in there waiting to see that good side. And then when I would see a little bit of that good side, I'd be all, oh, well, this is nice. Maybe they finally saw the light. Maybe they're changing. Maybe they finally realize what they do. Nope. Guess what? Another bad thing would come along, and another bad thing would come along, and in between them, they would be the good stuff, and then another bad thing would come along. I'm telling you, I've tested it, and if somebody is toxic or narcissistic or whatever word you want to call them, doesn't matter. If they are trying to make you feel that you are, you know, everything's great and you're so special and all is well, if they're trying so hard to make you think that way and they are a toxic person, it's a trick. So they can bank on it later. That's just the truth. I'm sorry. There's no way. I'm calling them out from now on. And in my life, I don't even try to talk to people anymore. I've had some bad things done to me. I have lists I keep. Not so I can throw it in someone's face, but just for my own visual, and I look at it once in a while. I'm not discussing anything with anybody anymore. But if one day somebody says, hey, you know, I've noticed that you're a little absent lately. If somebody says that to me, I can say, well, do you want to talk about it? Now, they're toxic. It's not going to go anywhere. But I want to be able to have the answers. So I'm keeping a list because the list is so long I would have forgotten it. So I keep it. And I refer to it when I get a penchant for wanting to be with that person because of their good side. Oh, maybe that, nope. I look at the list and I think, no, they just keep putting bad things on me. And one person in particular, I told you, they've been trying to pick a fight with me for a year because I won't engage anymore. I've decided I'm not falling for the good anymore, and I'm not accepting the bad anymore. So I've just been kind of gray rocking this person, and I won't fall for the tricks anymore. You can keep your bad behavior. You can keep your good behavior. Move on to the next person because I'm not playing. Keep an eye on this. Please go ahead and hit sub, like, and share, and I will see you next time.